Welcome. In front of me I have the DOOGEE Tab G6 Max, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device, its specifications, and giving my thoughts and opinions along with something along the lines of first impressions of it and also criticism. So stay tuned. So, one of the first criticisms that I have for just DOOGEE in general, because these scumbags keep on doing the same shit over and over, and I just despise this, is this moronic piece of shit. And let me just zoom that way the hell in so we can all take a very, very close look at this absolute bullshit. So, these conniving scumbags have the audacity to tell you that we have 256 gigabytes of storage, without letting you know that, well, 26 of it is being pulled from, well, obviously not RAM. So it's more like from mass or, well, the storage, which is the only other thing left. So they have the audacity to market this as 256 and 32 gigabyte of RAM device. Now, it's absolutely fucking moronic to even market something that has this much RAM, because, let's be honest, this is a piece of shit device that doesn't need this much RAM in general. So this is redundant. Just because you claim to have more than the most expensive device on the market doesn't make it that much better. And this device in reality has 6, but like I said, there is some scumminess going on here. So they have 6 plus 26 gigs RAM, which would imply that both of these are RAM. And subsequently, it implies that this is all RAM in here. But it's not. And the reason that this matters is because they're right now lying on the box that this has 32 gigabytes of RAM, which in reality, it has 6. A far cry from the marketed 32 that they have on the box. And furthermore, they're pulling that 26 from the 256 right here. So essentially, you actually have 230 gigabytes of storage, essentially, not 256. And even making it constantly worse, because 6 gig is actually RAM, which is random access memory. What this actually entails is that only 6 gigabytes of this storage, which, to be fair, it's still an okay amount of RAM, is going to be designed for the specific job that it's going to be doing, while the remaining 26 of it will be pulling double duty. And the problem here is that the actual storage, flash storage that it's using right here, isn't designed the same way and to be used the same way as RAM, which means that it gets damage from doing this. So the way RAM is intended to be used is to be written with data quickly, and then have the data quickly accessible, and then removed once you're done needing that data. But storage is a little bit different. Storage is designed to get the data and store it for prolonged periods of time, and it gets damaged when you do use it that way, because flash storage can only have data being written onto it so many times. It has usually a rating of like several dozens or hundreds of terabytes of storage that can be written to it before it just breaks down and stops working correctly. And that's where you get, missing files, corrupt, and stuff like that. So, great, you're using now storage as your RAM that breaks from being used as such. Anyway, let's move on. So, now that I took a couple minutes to completely shit on this because I absolutely despise this, because like I said, it's just a lying, scumming tactic right here. We can move into the internals, which I presume won't be any better. It is DOOGEE after all. So, popping that open. Come on. There we go. We're presented with a smell of China. It's always nice. A pretty substantial tablet, as it is a 13.3 inches in size, so this is not a small device. Where's the... Oh, there we go, there's the power button. So I'm going to set it to the side for now and take a look at what's else in the box. So we got energy rating sticker, which is nearly 78 hours. I have no clue how accurate this is. For all I know, they just probably dropped it in here. Oh, it's not like European Union actually checks this. Then we got a cable. It's a Type-C to Type-C cable. And surprisingly enough, we have a charger. And that charger is also surprisingly better than 10 watts. So it's 18 to be more precise. I don't know if this is going to be visible. Come on, focus. There we go. So 18 watts right here. So that's actually not that bad. So anyway, let's move on to the devices. There's literally nothing else in the box. Actually, ooh, that's a weird little spots on the screen showing up when I'm bending it, and I'm not even putting that much pressure onto it. Okay, so like I mentioned before, it's a 13.3 inches in size with a resolution of 1200 by 1920. It is a LCD IPS display running at 90 Hz refresh rate and boasts 82.9% screen to body ratio, pixel density of 169 pixels per inch, covered with a mesh or some glass that is mesh level 6 rated. Okay, so display right here is I don't even know how to classify it as okay. Probably would be best way to call it. It's not great, it's not good. It's nice that it's 90 Hz refresh rate, and it's also nice that it has 1200 by 1900 resolution, but it's nothing that would, get me all jazzed up like, ooh, that's actually pretty nice. So yeah, anyway, I'm certainly not going to be pumping my fist and saying hell yeah here for the display. So let's continue on to the internals. Now, this is part where I would actually say that it's pretty good, which is the battery in here. It's 11,000 milliamps. It is a quite substantial battery in here. But I do want to also kind of, while saying that it's great, also throw some shade at it. It is a huge device. This is enormous. Here's a S25 for comparison, Samsung. It is absolutely minuscule. This phone has, 4,000 milliamps? And this device is, well, by the looks of it, about 1/5, 1/6 maybe even of the size. And we don't have 6 times the battery in here in reality, which we sure shit could have. So 11,000 is great, but for such a device I would have actually expected a bit bigger battery. Though I do actually want to maybe look at it from a different point, which I didn't think about. Potential transportation problems. So maybe on airplanes you can't have anything more than 11K, because I don't think I have seen any device that has more than 11,000 milliampere battery. So this could potentially be something to do with, for instance, flying with it, and some hazardous crap that they're going to be claiming just because of the size of the battery, flammability, and all that crap. So anyway, let's move on. Now the battery can be charged, like I mentioned, at 18 watts, which is okay, but you're going to be charging it for a while. Now, if we take a look at the internals in other ways, we have 6 gigabytes of RAM, actual RAM right here. We have 256 gigs of storage, and this is the only option that you have. So there's no like higher storage, higher RAM models that can get that are named the G6 Max. But luckily, if I can grab there we go, this little thing. Where the hell is it? I did see it somewhere. Oh, there we go. It's right here. You can see we have a tray, and that tray is designed for SIM and SD card. So not only can you have mobile support right here, like mobile network, but you can also extend the storage past the 256, if obviously you need it. Additionally, it's being powered by a Unisec T7280 processor, and really that's all there is for the internals. So let's move on to the cameras. We're looking at a 8 megapixel selfie right here in this bezel, and if we flip it over, we have, oh, holy crap, that is taking way too much space for how small the camera is. And that right here is a 13 megapixel. Now with the back one, you can record at 1080p 30 frames. Well, the selfie isn't really mentioned on GSM Arena what the capability of it is. And build quality, we are looking at GSM Arena, completely not specifying it, but based on touch, I can already tell you the frame is plastic. So all around we are looking at plastic. The back itself is actually aluminum, and you can see this kind of weird design right here where you have the aluminum slotted in here, and then the plastic frame kind of goes over here for some reason and then just cuts away back. So yeah, plastic frame and weird chipping in here. See if I can get this to be actually focused. Let's see. So again, I'm gonna zoom in just so we can get a better, closer look. And so there we go. You can see there's some chipping happening right here. It looks like there's two layers to the frame, and you can clearly see that right here. Okay. Just a small little defect right here from probably obviously production, because it's not like I damaged this. But it's worth mentioning that this is just something that I noticed right now out of the box. So yeah. Now the display doesn't have any kind of pre-applied screen protector, and it is an absolute finger magnet, as you can see. So let's give it a quick wipe. It's definitely not oleophobic, considering the fingerprints are like really on there. Damn. Okay. So there we go. That's really all the information for this device that are really worth mentioning. Now the last one would be probably the price, and this device comes at about 250 euros, which is close to the same in dollars. I'm just gonna double check this price, and on Google at least gives me a quick price tag from DOOGEE themselves, from their official website, at actually $300. It's a little bit more expensive than GSM Arena would claim. And I do want to quickly check one thing, because this device isn't necessarily the most powerful. It is a big device, I do want to give it that. So if you're looking for a huge kind of display, it is 13 inches, so that's something. But let's see what we get in terms of other devices. So this will cost. So I'm right now looking at something like the OnePlus Pad Go 2, and that is not that much more expensive, and also comes with a pretty decent display, as it's a 12.1 inches, has a higher resolution, a little bit smaller battery, but it can be charged faster, has more RAM, better processor, better display with even Dolby Vision certification, surprisingly enough, better screen to body ratio. So it could be a bit of a better option to this. I personally am not too fond of manufacturers that try to scam me on the box. DOOGEE is also the same company that would, for instance, add usually on their phones a fake cameras, one or two of them, just for the shits of it, because old people tend to look at it like, oh, it looks like it has 3 cameras, it must be good. Well, in reality, it only has 1. So I generally do have a disdain to this kind of marketing and behavior from a company, because if they're lying about something like this, who the hell knows what else they're going to be trying to scam with. So I personally would probably be going with something like OnePlus Pad Go 2. If I really wanted that big display, as that is a bigger one. Oh, sorry, it's a little bit smaller than this, but it's still pretty big for tablet purposes. And it will be a little bit more expensive, but you at least get the much better processor, a little bit faster charging, and a display that I would say would be better, as it has decent brightness, 120 Hz refresh rate, and Dolby Vision certification for instance, binge watching some shows and stuff like that, that would actually be made with Dolby Vision. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like HDR, but it's copyrighted by Dolby. So anyway, that's about it. That's all I have to say about this device. And if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.